My YouTube channel has been around for about a year, and yes, I'm still at it. We've grown and we're still growing, but today I'm taking a break from my normal cheesy, campy videos where I visit awesome places some of you know and love and others you've never heard of, videos that I love making and some people love to watch. Thanks, Mom. Today I wish to expose lies and deceit and ask you the question, is the internet real? In the spirit of the resurgence of the Flat Earth Society, the fake moon landing, alien lizard people, and more recently, nuclear weapons aren't real, I want to examine the possibility that the internet itself isn't real. And here's the possible narrative. The internet isn't real. It isn't real at all. In fact, what you're doing right now by watching this video, my video, is a process developed by the CIA's MK Ultra back in the 1960s to hypnotize you into thinking you're connecting to a world wide web. Think about it, web as in spider's web, as in web of lies. In fact, this video is possibly your subconscious trying to tell you that the device you're watching this on is actually just an electronic portable hypnotic device that uses flashes, colors, and sounds to make you think you're connecting with other people when in reality, you're only connecting with yourself. All of those emails and texts, they're just telephone conversations you're having through this device that uses clever walkie-talkie technology. Remember when we plugged these devices into the wall for them to connect to the World Wide Web? Remember all the snaps, hisses, and odd noises coming from your computer? They called it dial-up. Dial-up is right. Dial me up a lie. You were dialing right into a government facility, and that sound of you connecting to the alleged internet was nothing more than an electronic pulse sent to your brain that helps stimulate your imagination. Once the screen lights up, your mind arranges the pages in such a way that makes sense to you. Have you ever asked yourself if you're seeing the same internet someone else sees? They've already told us we don't. Think about it. We're told that our web experience is based on our prior searches and things that interest us. Hey, sheeple, it's always been that way. But the project was so successful, they told us it had to do with advertising. Whatever. They're just covering up their tracks. It's all to keep us dumbed down and preoccupied while they, and we all know who they are, do what they do, and we all know what they do. I mean, have you ever tried to fix someone else's computer, but when you look at their computer, it's like being inside of a dream where nothing makes sense? That's because you're in a dream state and your mind simply can't arrange someone else's arrangement. The computers and the internet became faster and faster. They call it Moore's Law, as in I'll believe in some more lies about the internet. Information doubling every 2 years? Whatever. It's not that computers became faster or connection speeds became faster. It's that we started using these machines more and more, and we became used to our hypnotic state, locking us into these machines. This hypnotic state releases dopamine in our brain, and it feels good to sign on and receive email or text or watch cat videos. And cats, by the way, were considered sacred in Egypt. And what's in Egypt? The pyramids and the all-seeing eye. Only that these machines don't really see anything, but they keep you from seeing the truth, and you know what the truth is deep inside, and you know they are trying to keep it from you. Let me ask you something. If you still believe the internet is real, how did we go to wireless so fast? How did cable companies really start selling access to the internet? I mean, they're in television, not the internet. How come Google Maps needs a cell tower and not a satellite? Help me help you. And how can I help you if you won't open your mind? The proof is all around you. If your house can be wired for the internet, how come your whole town can't be wired up? Do you realize you're paying to use your imagination and you're not even hearing a voice right now? You're the one actually talking. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, and I can tell that you're a little overwhelmed. You're not ready to know about everything involved here. So let me back up and just help you think. And listen, I understand that this information is in the face of common sense, reason, logic, and it's outside the realm of faith and belief. This is about the truth that's being hidden from you intentionally. I'm just trying to free your mind. So let me ask you something else. Who invented the internet? Do you remember when the running joke was Al Gore invented the internet? Well, that whole thing was a failed government cover-up. The hypnosis device you're using right now was developed by the CIA, but it was invented by, you guessed it, CERN. Do I even have to tell you about CERN? Come on, put the pieces together. You can't make this stuff up. I know what you're thinking. What about chat rooms back in the early 2000s? Well, I hate to be the one to tell you this, and I know it's embarrassing, but you were really talking to yourself, just like you're doing right now. In eBay? Dude, you were using a government catalog called Everyone's Catalog. The Bay was just put in there because it was somebody's last name, but you were brainwashed into believing that you were ordering online. Haven't you asked yourself why Hollywood keeps rebooting movies? They're not. You're just recreating the same movies over and over again, altered slightly by your subconscious, and you're paying more and more money to use your own brain. Still not convinced? Have you ever seen the internet? No, not what you're looking at right now on the screen, as I've already proven beyond doubt that what you're looking at now is only your imagination. Have you seen where the internet comes from? Think about it. This much information has to be stored somewhere. There has to be an internet control center somewhere, right? Well, tell me where it is. You can't. Because there isn't one. Because the internet isn't real. Nothing is connected electronically. How does the internet work? Seriously, can you explain it in one sentence how it works? Okay, can you explain it in one paragraph how it works? Have you ever watched people who are supposed to know how it works try to explain it? Does it make sense to you while you're watching them explain it, but then when you try to explain it, it sounds ridiculous? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can't explain it because it isn't real, and you don't have the same hypnotic power to convince others that a figment of their imagination is real. But you're missing the point entirely if you think it's just corporate and government control through hypnosis that keeps our entire society staring into a black screen and occasionally touching it with our fingers and constantly taking pictures we seldom remember taking, or even worse, posting imaginary pictures on imaginary social websites like a badge of honor. And then based on our own self-image, we count likes, shares, and so on, but we're really just projecting our own self-esteem onto the screen because we're not really connected, because the internet is just a hoax. Let me try to use logic with you. Do you know how many other things you have to accept as fact if you really believe that the internet is real? First, you have to believe that we landed on the moon. And here's why. They, and again, we all know who they are, you know, CERN, the Federal Reserve, and NASA, just to name a few, they want us to believe that something called the modern microchip for alleged computers that connect us to the internet are descendants of the integrated circuits that were needed for the Apollo missions. You see where I'm going here? No moon race, no microchip, no internet. Do you see it yet? While you think you're using the internet, even if you don't believe we really landed on the moon, they have trapped you in a logic net, the internet. Every time you sign on, whether you like it or not, you're saying that yes, we landed on the moon because you're using the technology that got us there. It means that the very device you're using is indirectly connected to the technology created by the corporations who assisted NASA getting to the moon. It's just one big lie that includes millions and millions of people. Everyone is in on it but you. But let's not stop there, because if earlier forms of microchips helped us land on the moon, then that means they are forcing you to accept that the Earth is shaped like a globe, and forcing you to believe in a heliocentric solar system, not to mention Einstein's theory of relativity, and that satellites are real. Do you see the enormous amount of bogus information you're having to believe by accepting the internet is real? I'm not even going to waste your time telling you that all of this baloney technology increased during the Cold War, an alleged war with no action between two nations that included a space race so that both sides could learn to drop nuclear weapons from space. That's what they told us. All of those videos of nuclear bombs being detonated. I mean, really. A 50-year Cold War sounds like clever marketing to me to keep you distracted. I can't believe they didn't try to sell t-shirts. Now look, I don't expect you to take all of this in at once. I know it's hard. It's hard to accept that you're hearing all of this in your own head and that no one is actually saying this right now, because if you hear a voice and you're seeing images on your screen, it validates actual achievements that are possible when people work together, and you know that's not possible. Even if you don't understand how it works, that means it has to be a lie, right? I mean, you were amazing in science. You would understand how all of these fake technologies and breakthroughs work. Why waste your time trying to learn how things work when they're just fake? This is nothing more than a moment of clarity. The internet is a worldwide hoax. This may sound crazy, but I can help you take your first steps towards freedom right now. What you need is affirmation. That's what everyone online is looking for. Online is the right word. On a line of lies. So right now, I want you to see that like button. Do you see it? I know you see it. They put that like button there to give you a sense of control, and you are in control right now, and I want you to hit that like button, because that means that you're open-minded and ready to receive new information you didn't learn in school because you were busy doing things that matter, like building social connections. After all, why trust your teachers and textbooks? If they get one thing wrong, it's likely it's all wrong, right? So hit that like button as a way of telling your subconscious that you're ready to awake and you're ready to move out of mainstream information and adopt alternative views of everything. But it doesn't stop there. In order to really connect your inner self, you need to send a strong message. You need to subscribe to this channel. It's easy, and just like the like button earlier, you're already seeing that subscribe button. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button as a form of protest of this global hoax. Now, this next step is important. You need to get the message out. You need to tell other people about this internet hoax, and by doing this, you will be making a mental commitment. Share this video on Facebook and every other social media website. Yes, I know it's not real, but it's a part of your process. Make sure you share it places where like-minded people you have invented who don't believe in the moon landing or think the earth is flat or that nuclear weapons don't exist or that lizard aliens run the world. Share it in those forums. Share and share some more, and you will be free from this illusion. I'm Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life.